Alright, so let's jump right into it. Right here I'm using my Wall Magic cordless clippers, and I have the number 3 guard on, the lever all the way open, and I'm just fading that bulk at the top. And this is the fading down technique, so you're going to go from a 3 to a 2 to 1.5 to a 1 to a half guard and then to no guard. It's easier to do it this way if you want to keep your fades a little lower. Also, it doesn't make you do guidelines, if that makes any sense. Everything blends into one another. You may have to do some detail work or cross-checking your work, but that's with any system. So alright, so now we have the 1.5 guard on. So I already went from the 3 to the 2 guard. Now I'm at the 1.5 guard. Lever, and starting with the lever open and gradually closing it, right, as you work your way down. Right here I went back to the 2 guard, I saw some bulk. Also cutting with the grain. Alright, so now this is a number 1 guard on, lever all the way open. And this is where it starts to, where you start to see, the transition. And we're gonna drop it towards the back. And I did do his beard, but I just wanted to record the haircut itself. Alright, so after that 1, we're gonna go to our half guard, lever open. So 1/16, the 0 guard, depending on what system you're using, Wall or Andis. Notice how I'm dropping it in the back. Trying to contour the shape of his head. Also give it that drop effect. And we're keeping the top. We're not going to cut the top. We're just going to do the fade and line them up. Again, I did not record the beard. So right here, this is where I go back and remove some bulk. Using a higher guard, that way you don't create yourself, I guess, a guideline or some bulk that you can't get out, right? So start with the higher guard first and work your way down. It's trial and error. So if it's not cutting, you put a different guard on and it should start cutting after that. But you want to be safe than sorry, right? You can always take hair off, you can't put it back on. If you find a way to put hair back on, then we made it.
You are now listening to
I guess now they got all these crazy, color enhancements, hair fibers. They got the hair pieces with the glue. That's crazy, man. If y'all haven't seen that, it's all over Instagram. It's like people with balding, or they just have real light hair, and then all of a sudden they got a flat top. It's crazy. But you know what? Hey, they found a solution for people that in need of hair. If women could put extensions, why can't men, right? So after that half guard, I went to the lever all the way open, and then you put it in the middle and then close it as you work your way down. Everything is gonna fade into one another. You're not gonna. That's why you didn't see no guidelines. You didn't see no harsh, dark guidelines. Everything just blended into each other. So again, it helps you keep your fades lower, and then you can't get lost in it. There's no room for mistakes. If you need to go back to fade out, a little bit of dark spots or whatever, then you just start with the higher guard that you might think that area has, right? So I went back to my half guard, lever open, and if it's not cutting, I close it a little bit, put it in the middle. If that's not cutting, then I close it all the way. That's what I mean by trial and error. Now, if I know if I'm going towards the darker areas at the top, then I'm going to start with a 2 guard, maybe a 1.5 guard, and use the corners. Like, with this type of blend, you definitely want to use the corners. You'll see some of that later on. Right here, I'm using a lot of the corners. Right, it may look like I'm using a full guard or the full blade, but I'm really not. I'm using a lot of the corners. And they are not zero gap. They are adjusted to my liking. Talking about the Wall Magic cordless clips, and I use the blade that it came with right out the box. I don't change my blade or nothing like that. On my Annis GTX TI liners, I do use the deep tooth blade, but I don't change the blade on clippers too much. So right here I'm using my Annis Slimline Pro LIs, and I'm balding out the bottom. We're not gonna use the shaver at the bottom, just because we've done it before, and I've been cutting this client now for about 6 years, and we've always just did it to the trimmers. Use the trimmers, you know, as low as I can get without using the shaver, because he does bump up. So alright, so this is a lot of that corner. You saw a lot of that corner right there. Alright, so what you do to one side, you do to the other. Right here I have the 3 guard on, lever open. Went down to the 2. And it may not look like it's cutting, trust me, it's cutting. Like it's gonna stay dark in that area, but as soon as you get into the 1.5 and the 1 guard, you're gonna start seeing that it's gonna get lighter. Right here, the 1.5 guard, and this is the 1.5 guard, the white one that comes with the walls, the one that be all jittery and flopping all over the clipper. If you have the wall premium guards, it won't do that. It snaps so hard on that clipper, it's not going nowhere. It's pretty snug on there. So get you some wall premium guards. Again, everything I use in my videos, check those links out in the description below. And then right here I went back to my 2 guards, again knocking off some bulk, just lightening up some dark spots. Now right here is when you have the 1 guard on, lever open, and this is where you start seeing it to get lighter.
You are now listening to the House of Creation.
I sped this side up just a little bit, just because on the other side we had it a little slower. But y'all, check me out on Instagram. It's at the top left corner of the screen, Matt_Giftedhands. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. I do live streams, and I don't post too much like I need to, but I'm gonna jump right back on it, man. But I do live streams. Sometimes I'll be in the shop just throwing a live stream, and y'all can see me cutting hair. If y'all have any questions, y'all can ask me on there. I like live interaction versus me, you know, going on to the comments and writing back to people, which I still do, but you know, you get to ask me right then and there, right? Alright, so now we're on the half guard. Started with the lever open.
You are now listening to the House of Creation.
And y'all, if y'all are interested in these dope beats, y'all can check out that link in the description below as well. You see how it's starting to get lighter? And then I just go back to a certain guard and remove some dark spots that I might see. But other than that, I think this system really works, especially for beginners. Again, there's no room for mistakes. There's no guidelines. Everything blends into one another. And I think it's a smooth technique.
House of Creation.
And if y'all are interested in the Team Gifted t-shirts with the Team Gifted bracelets, check it out on Instagram. I have a picture of the shirt on. I'll probably be making some more pictures with me, you know, showing off the shirt and the bracelet. But I have the shirts for sale for $20, and it comes with a free Team Gifted bracelet. The shirt is gray with black font, and the bracelet is a black and gray color scheme, and it says Team Gifted on it. Hashtag Team Gifted on the bracelet, and it's for free with the purchase of the shirt. So you can hit me up on Instagram, DM me if you're interested, send me your full name, your address, and email. That way I can send you a PayPal request or invoice, sorry. I think that blend's coming out nice. Nice little drop in the back. Use my Anna Slimline Pro Li to ball down on the bottom. Alright, now we're going to edge them up using my Andes GTX T outliners. These are modified trimmers just because that plastic piece is cut off. As you can see, it gives like that skeleton look. If you don't want to lose the Andes factory warranty, then don't do this to your trimmer, because then you won't be able to send it back, or Andes won't be able to take care of you. They're not zero gapped again, they're adjusted.
You are now listening to the House of Creation.
But these are my hitters. And again, like Loco, he uses my station sometimes on Wednesdays. And he doesn't think that these trimmers hit, but to me, again, they're to my liking, to my adjustment, the way I apply the pressure on the client. To me, they hit. So that's a perfect example right there. If y'all think my client should do a goatee, I told him he should do a goatee instead of a beard, just because his facial hair is just a little bit light. But I told him a goatee would look crispy. Comment below if you think he should get a goatee. You can see the shape that I have started for the beard, but I think he should get a goatee. Alright, so now we're using a 245 shave gel. Do the edge up. Make sure to pull the skin, pull away from the blade. That way you don't cut yourself, and also to provide a better shave, comfortable shave. Our client happy, man. That's what it's about. This is a finished product. I hope y'all like it. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and comment. Team Gifted. Stay gifted.